Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, we've got the special report for you today. Brent's in the Hollywood Hills. I'm reporting from Turkey. We put over 1,500 miles across the country. In a few days, we're going to go to Göbekli Tepe, and we're going to be revealing some incredible secrets that might be revealed in the near future. Buckle up for that, but we've got a lot of UFO sightings for you in this episode. So let's get to it and take a look at this.
I find it. Okay. That's tricky. And it's another one. I don't know what is it right now. The actual this object. See?
All right, Brent Cousins joining you guys from the Hollywood Hills. How's everybody doing tonight? We got the UFOs that just came in, so we're gonna get started with this one. What are we looking at? We're looking at something strange, some sort of illuminated disc, a flying saucer. What's your opinion, guys? This is great. We're looking at something strange, something far off. Again, this guy's pretty much maxing out his camera, and I think he's got all his zoom capabilities going on right here. So he's getting a good look. The camera's a little shaky, and we're not getting the full spectrum. We're just getting some information on this. You see it up there in the clouds as he's kind of panning back and forth. Did he say that there was maybe two objects? Interesting. Maybe he's trying to look for that other one. I'm going to do a little close-up on this and do a little adjustment on brightness and contrast, and then we're looking at it. It's popping a little bit more. You can see it. It's shining. These aren't like lights basically illuminated from landing headlights from an airplane. This thing, the whole fuselage, whatever it is, seems to be glowing. I don't think this is a blimp either. It doesn't look like that, and it has this, like, I don't know, again, a flying saucer, a disc-like shaped craft. That's what it looks like. But the best part, it has this illumination going off on it, and these are the weird ones, the ones that make us wonder. Are these the otherworldlies, the ones that are coming in from, maybe another solar system and visiting Earth? Or could these be the guys that, been here all along? Could they be even possible time travelers from the future? Could these UFOs be, people like us, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 years in the future, that created and, cracked the time travel code and could be visiting us from the future? That's a possibility too. You just never know. If you could think of it, there's room for these things being possible. Anyway, we got more UFO videos coming up. We're just getting started in this episode, so smash that thumbs up. Blake's in Turkey. Let's hear what he's got to say.
So guys, I want to get your thoughts on the incredible video that you just saw. Leave it in the comments. It's important. Now, the phenomenon, it doesn't stop, and neither do we right here at Third Phase of Moon, and we're excited for this next video. It's a good one. Take a look at this.
All right, here we go. NASA just dropped this not too long ago, and we're looking at something floating above our planet Earth. And we're looking at this cigar-shaped craft kind of at an angle, pretty much in the 2 o'clock position. And then the NASA Cup feed just kind of, it just went blank. And then, I don't know, they're actually showcasing this in real time. Did they make a mistake? Because we're looking at something, in my opinion, is not some sort of, rocket booster. This is something else. We're seeing somebody controlling the camera from within the International Space Station and zooming in on this object, taking attention right here. Okay, can anybody tell me what this is? There we go. We're getting a closer shot, and this thing, it's hard to judge. You're up in space. There's no real things to give you an adjustment on distance. There's nothing to make any scope of anything. So it's just this black matte. It could be miles long. It could be 50 feet long, maybe even 10 feet. We don't know how far away the camera is to a position of this object floating above planet Earth over there. This is, again, something, in my opinion, is not man-made. This isn't no rocket. This isn't SpaceX, a Dragon capsule coming in for docking. Definitely not. We're looking at something very peculiar. NASA, over the decades, we've been showcasing their footage, and they say they have no answer to the question, are we alone in the universe? They haven't given that up, and I think we all know the answer to that. They're hiding something, and when NASA, they cut the feed. We've seen it a million times on our channels. We see something, somebody, NASA's filming these things, streaming live, and something pops into frame, and then they just cut it just like that, and they're hiding it. So, sometimes we just say NASA stands for never a straight answer, and there might be proving that again right here, but it seems somebody had a keen eye to move, I think a remote camera from within the International Space Station to, kind of lock in on this object. I'm adding a little speed to this one, kind of like, I think a 200% speed. So you see this object, it's moving, it's not stationary. So that's kind of cool. That speed gives you a little bit more of motion of what this thing is doing and the capabilities. It's kind of wild. Definitely that fast forward gives you a little bit more clarity on the object. And definitely it's not stationary. This is not a lens flare as far as I'm concerned too. People may say that. It seems like an object, something solid, the typical cigar-shaped craft right there in front of us right now, and NASA just delivered it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate NASA doing it again, dropping the UFOs when they're trying to hide it from the people. That's just great. The people here are the ones that are keeping an eye on NASA, and that's how we're going to get disclosure. It's not going to come from NASA. It's not going to come from our government. It's going to come from you, the public, and people watching Third Phase of Moon, because you know what to do. When something's up there in the sky, you film it and you send it to us. Okay, let's get back to Blake over there in Turkey.
All right, Brent, I want to get your thoughts on this next video, and everybody from around the world, what's your thoughts? Because we're looking at this very closely and we don't have an explanation to it. Can you figure it out? You let us know. Brent, take it away.
All right, this was captured in Mexico City. We're doing a side-by-side comparison of the object, and we're seeing it just fly over this person's vantage point as he got a close peek of this object just kind of flying right over him, and he had an opportunity to pull out his camera, and boom, we're looking at something kind of make an angle. It doesn't look like a balloon just kind of floating in the sky. It seems like it's trying to bank and do a direct angle of approach. Who knows where it's going, but it seems like it's in control of itself. It's not just a balloon just wobbling and typical bobbing and things like that as it does in the wind. This thing flying up here is black. It looks like it has purpose right there, right at that angle. It seems like it's trying to make a maneuver. Not sure, guys. What's your opinion? Okay, let's roll this a few more times. We got the left that we're zooming up on it a little bit, and the one to the right, the original. little stabilization on the one on the left just to, see it a little bit better. Yeah, I'm digging this. It could be a balloon. I'm not denying that it could be. Let's just say that if it was, I just like the angle and the approach that it's taking. It seems like it has this, capability of taking turns. Yeah, pretty incredible right here. All right, we all see you piling into the chat room tonight. This is great. And we're just so happy to drop these UFOs as they come in on a daily basis. And we just like sharing it with you.
All right, guys, let me tell you, Turkey, it's an incredible country. We've been seeing a lot of sites, a lot of megalithic structures that still can't be explained. Who built them, why, and what was the purpose? We still don't have the explanation, but hopefully we could find out. And again, Brent, your thoughts on that last video, I think you're kind of spot on. Again, we don't know what we're looking at. That's the whole point of Third Phase of Moon. Now let's get to the next one right now. Feast your eyes on this.
Go, go. Now. Go. Come with me.
All right, this is pretty insane footage coming in from Italy. Mount Etna just erupted within the past 24 hours and people were running. I hear there was no injuries, but people had to scramble to get out of the wake of this explosion. And oh my God, look at this, the power of this volcano. Actually, the Big Island has been lighting up too. Our volcano on that island has been creating fountains close to 2,000 feet high. If you haven't seen it, I'd suggest taking a look at this. But look at the power of this landslide from the volcano as it just, shot out this tremendous energy from the side of the mountain. And you see people looking in awe as it looks almost like doomsday, like end of the world kind of stuff. But these people are scrambling to get out of the way. And I do believe, like I said, no people were really injured, maybe a little cuts and bruises, but people were, in shock. Look at the length of it looks like this explosions going off in the background over there. And yeah, if I saw that too, I'd be, being very cautious and taking some cover. Here it is again. We got this, the landslide as it just powers down that mountainside. Yeah, you would not want to be in the wake of that. I'm wondering if there's early alarm systems, any seismic action right before the volcano just decided to explode. Sometimes there's precursors to these kind of things, and I'm wondering if they kept a close eye on that. Wow. All right, we got more UFO videos or drones. I don't know. China's up to something. Let's look at their new fleet of technology that they dominate the skies. This is kind of incredible and a little ominous at the same time. Look at this. it seems like there's a preparation happening around the world. We're living in interesting times, and we're just all keeping an eye on it. And sometimes when other countries like China kind of showcase their war power and new technologies with the drones, and we're seeing what's happening, it's a little scary. I want this technology to be done and used for useful purposes for humankind, and let's not make it militarize these drones. It's a little scary. I don't like the autonomous action. Anyway, the world's a little sketchy at the moment, but I'm an optimist, and let's just hope things go well. But I do like drone technology in the way of travel and delivery systems, just for packages, food, medicine. It's great. But right now we're looking at China and a fleet of drones, and they're just. Could this be a way of creating the false flag invasion too, with a push of a button simulate some sort of alien invasion? We don't know. Okay, more UFOs coming in. This one's weird, and it's a humanoid. It's back. All right, let's roll this a few more times. Look at the guy, the guy in the hood. He's down there right in front of the camera, and he's taking notice of this floating. I don't know what it is. You could call it a humanoid. It has this figure that kind of matches that. The one on the left, we're seeing a little, just a different kind of way of adjusting the contrast to see it. But right now, we're getting a good close up of this thing as it passes behind the power lines over there. Interesting stuff. Now, I'm going to match this one up that was captured like about a year ago. And it looks kind of like the same thing. This was captured while a guy was driving on the highway, and he pulled in. You can see the little, that tail right at the bottom. These things are flying in the sky. Are these the biologics? Are people are calling the biologics? Could there be these UFOs floating up there, and they're live? Let's look at this humanoid again. That kind of looks like a witch. You just don't see the broom underneath the witch. But yeah, if I saw that flying in the sky, I would definitely film it, and I would share it right there on Third Phase. Cool. I like that guy. He's just looking at it. He's probably pretty freaked out. You never know. All right, let's go back to Blake and Turkey, see what he's got to say.
All right, a lot of videos in this episode tonight. Give us a big thumbs up, and let me tell you, we've got another episode for you tomorrow with a lot more UFO sightings. They continue to come in on a daily basis, sometimes up to 10. And if you've captured anything amazing in the skies, remember, my email is in the contact right below in the description. Upload that phenomenon to any social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Copy paste that link to my email, send it to us right here at Third Phase of Moon. We might share it with the world. Everybody, be safe out there. Blake Cousins. We'll see you next time.
All right, let's just roll these videos. I see people are piling in from around the world, so that's great. So let's get your thoughts on this sighting that was basically cut as NASA saw something. They cut the feed, and then I don't know, maybe they made a mistake and started streaming it live, and boom, we get this incredible UFO sighting over planet Earth, and we're looking at something incredible. What's your opinion? I'm gonna let the videos roll as it came in today, and I'll catch you at the back end, and we'll be with you in the comment sections. So we want to hear your thoughts on what you just witnessed tonight, and I'm just going to roll the UFOs. So see you in a bit. All right, it's been a blast being with you here tonight, and it just keeps getting better. And we got a lot of UFOs that just came in tonight, so get ready for another episode tomorrow. It's just so much fun sharing these videos with you on a 24/7 basis, and appreciate all the thumbs up and support and comments. It means a lot. Brent Cousins reporting from the Hollywood Hills. We'll see you next time.